Welcome to the Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
and Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank
and Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick
every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's through the week, homie. The Roy
every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
tap
bar
in
before we gotta
tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
Come on and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Thursday.
It's going down, homeboy. The Roy Anthony Show. Co-host
tap in.
Big Hank. We getting it. What you think? Hey. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
and Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank
and Cynthia Joy.
What it do? What it do? What it do? That's right. It is April 13th, 2023. I am Roy Anthony. I am here to let you know I am blessed. I am so blessed to see my good neighbors or my loved ones are in the back. I see my man Junior and Miss Leonie Francine is in the house waiting, and I go through my credits. Dean Cerny's in the house. Hey y'all. Oh man, it's Dean Cerny's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday, Mr. Dean Cerny. Happy birthday. You know how black folks got to do it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. My co-stars will be coming in the second. Cynthia Joy coming out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. My man Big Hank Norman be coming out of Long Beach, California, where I reside, and in Kansas City I reside. The WO Entertainment, which was created to bring awareness to how our veterans that are active and non-active commit suicide on a daily rate. It's an alarming number, almost 44 suicides a day. And then we bring in our teenagers who seem to commit suicide almost to 17 to 22 lives a day. And so we pride ourselves on striking up on conversations that will, when a person can hit up on a subject and they can find that they're not isolated and feeling inadequate or depressed, and we pride ourselves on striking on conversations. Sometimes it seems like our world, our public, our government, and everything can just make you feel like I need to give up. Relationships ain't working or something like that. Well, I had to bring in my co-star. She's in the house. I see everyone in the back. Cynthia Joy's in the house.
What's up, Sugarfoot, Sweet Face? Sorry I'm late. Had an emergency call I had to handle. But I'm here, y'all. Hey,
you know what? Nobody never ever wanted, when you're a single mom as strong as you are, for real. You know what I'm saying? And so it was Dean's birthday today. You just missed one of the most awesome tributes of singing "Happy Birthday," which I
Oh,
just
did
did.
I miss it?
I threw
Happy
down. Just
birthday
compare
to
it up to
you.
the,
Happy
the
birthday.
hey, how I sung it. How I sung it is compared to when Marvin Gaye sung the national anthem at the NBA All-Star game. It
I'm
really
gonna have to
was.
go back and catch that and see how Roy Anthony put it down
Hey,
with the
look,
get
he
down.
said thank you. He sent it out. He's like, thank you, Roy. And for real. Ramonda told him happy birthday, and she's saying hello, family,
What's
much
up,
blessings.
Ramonda? How you doing, honey?
And so back to our credits. Once again, we always give our credit where credit is due. The creator of the WO Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp. That's a stage name. We're professional comedians, but they are veterans. Even though I'm a non-veteran, I've always respected veterans, the military, because that's where we get our freedom. And I give credit where credit is due. And instead of hearing about the Congress, I'd rather hear about what's going on with our veterans. Veterans Day should be just as big as the 4th of July. But anyway, that's just a person's opinions. But it was created by Richard King and a co-creator Goose, our associate producer Blue Phoenix, Eighth and Daily, our sponsor Matthew Brooks, along with our good neighbors that helps us expand our audience. And we got much love for them, which is the BB Nation Backwoods Veterans based out of Oregon, the VRS Veteran Radio Syndicate that's based out of Ohio, the Long Beach All Stars, which is made up of veterans too, based out of Long Beach and the surrounding cities of Compton and Linwood. And then the whole WO family based out around the United States and other countries, and our families, personal family, friends, and associates, and those who don't even like us. This is part 2. And if you notice, I put up a Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was sick and he went to go speak to, I forget what the college was, but he went to go speak to the graduating class. And he was sick with pneumonia and major flu, and he was an elderly guy. But he got up and he said 9 words. It was 9 words. Never give up, never give up, never give up. One of the most classic things. Now, before we continue, I'm going to bring our guest in and say, ain't not even guest. When you came in one time, it's like when you come to my house, I get you your drink the first time. When you come back the second time, you family. So I'm gonna bring in my man.
Yo,
hey,
what up? What up? I would say happy birthday, Dean. I was in the back. Roy did his thing on singing. You missed that, Joy.
Thank you. That's what we need to support. We got Francine. She's went audio. What's up with you, Leonie? You in the house? Okay, well, I'm gonna bring her back out because she ain't saying nothing yet. Hey, look here. I've been paying attention. And now, of course, we can always speak on negative stuff. We can always speak on negative things and call them out for what they is. And Tuesday, on our next show Tuesday, I'm gonna talk about these 2 black senators that was expelled from Congress for speaking out. When I blankly see I seen President Joe Biden speaking one day, and Senator Boebert from Colorado and Senator Marjorie Greene from Georgia was disrespecting this man so much. Cat calling out and everything. They didn't get suspended. But when these brothers went into the Congress and to be heard, they start speaking with a bullhorn because they wouldn't be recognized. They got suspended. We're going to bring that up.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that y'all know on our show, we do not discriminate. We just state the facts. And as a black person in America, if we're going to identify by color, because I judge people by the contents of your character. I got white family, Asian families, Latino family, black family. Now, do I get along with every single person, even in the blacks? No, I do not. You have a choice of who you want to get along with. If a black dude tell me, oh man, I'm gonna rob this bank, man, you gotta be down. We black. Nah, bro. You're gonna take that journey on your own.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of being grown. When you grow up, you get to choose who you want to be your family. You don't have to stick to the same family because although they're blood, they might not be good for what you stand for.
Exactly. You saying it, Cynthia. You woke up with the truth oaks in you, girl. For real. You just said that right there. See, and I like when people got something to say. I'm gonna tell you, people wonder why I always talk about St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church and the west side of Long Beach. Is because if a person have never been through anything, if they never been homeless, if you've never been on drugs, you've never been to jail, how you going to preach to somebody who has? Our pastor, before he became a pastor minister, he shared how he went through the streets in some scenarios before he was in, the church. And when he heard him, so one of his iconic sayings, Junior, what he said to the congregation, he said, "A wise man has something to say. A foolish man just want to say something." So I didn't understand what he was talking about, Junior. And Cynthia, I know she can hear. I think she just went audio or something, but I didn't understand what he was saying until it was like 2 weeks later. Then words kept sticking in my head, but I didn't correlate it to anything until I was talking to one of the elder men that I look as someone I respect dearly, right? And me and him was talking. We was talking about business and buying up something to, we was talking business. And one of the young guys come over and starts talking. He just loud and talking about some type of sexual situation he was just in with last night. And the words hit me. Wise man got something to say. A foolish man just want to say something. I want to bring in Leonie. I seen her in the camera, then she was out, so I ain't gonna bring her in again until she's ready. What you feel about that, Junior?
I think a lot of youngins, and myself included, when I was young, I felt like I had all the answers, right? And you tend to be the loudest in the room. And as I've gotten older, I've learned to close my mouth and open my ears more.
Yeah.
And that goes with the territory of you never stop learning as you get older, right? You shouldn't. You shouldn't stop learning. And there's a whole wealth of information out there if you just listen. And I didn't have the mental fortitude, the maturity to just shut up and listen when I was a kid. So that quote resonates with me because I've been that fool. And I want to say I graduated to the point now where when I have something to say, I'll say it. If I don't, I just shut up and listen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna bring Miss Leonie in, and so if we kept want to bring you in, Miss Leonie, wait. Oh, she's stuck. There she goes. Good morning. How you doing? Before we go any far, everybody. Before we go say anything else, Miss Leonie is one of the top agents that I deal with when it deals with insurance. Anybody, especially what bothers me when I see my minority blacks and browns on an intersection holding a sign up to try to bury one of their loved ones. And this is one of the, so before we go into our topic, I want to, Ms. Leonie, give you the floor. Just give us, that commercial speed on the insurance. Why is it important that we need this?
Well, for one, insurances are totally different now. And it comes with living benefits instead of just death. A lot of people feel like the only reason why I'm buying insurance if I die, it covers. But now, let's say, for instance, if you have a stroke or you have a car accident, you have access to those living benefits. You can use part of that face amount while you're still living. It'll take care of your mortgage, your credit card bills. he'll take care of all of that. So that's the privilege of having insurance now. Then when I had cancer, I had to literally use all my savings to do anything. Now it comes with more benefits. And if anybody's interested in seeing if the insurance have the new riders, just give me a call and we can go over it and check it out.
And tell them how to reach you again, Leonie. If you need, please. I'm telling everybody.
You can either email me. You can email me at Leonie at WAITE waitleonie.1@gmail. Or you can call me at 714.
Look, my son, he's 19. He got his stuff set up. He's paying $50 a month. Now he wants to pay a little bit more because he's serious out there. You know, we'd be foolish to think you're gonna live forever, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You know. And now our subject is about being better. If you can see on my things, if you keep trying, you will achieve. I listen to everyone's conversation. And one of the things is that I be wanting us as, you know, and I don't want to just say as blacks, but that's the majority right now on here, that sometimes we think, when I seen like what's going on with former President Donald Trump and stuff, some blacks think that all the whites agree with Trump. Especially the older ones who were saying, you know, especially with the Make America Great Again, the MAGA, right? And I found this guy, so if his words offend anybody, this guy was saying how he felt. And I want to share this guy right quick. Check him out.
Ever since Donald Trump entered American politics some 6 years ago, there's been one thing that I've found the most disconcerting. It's the realization of just how many stupid people we have in this country. How many gullible motherfuckers there are out there. It's truly amazing. Now, I've often said that I have a very low tolerance for stupid, and here's why. I believe, short of some medical malady, there is no excuse for anybody to be stupid in this country. Every day we're barraged with information. Hell, you can go on the internet and Google pretty much fucking anything and find out whatever you want. So clearly the stupid are also lazy fucks. Now there's a faction of people out there, people like Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, you know the type, that see those people as vulnerable and will take advantage of them. And these dumb fucks don't even realize it. Donald Trump is known for spewing really just fucking crazy stuff. And I don't know if he really believes it, but it doesn't matter because he knows a lot of his fans will believe it. Donald Trump is backed into a corner right now. He's in a lot of trouble, and now he's going to spew even crazier shit. And he did that just the other day. He's running for president, of course, you know. We all know that. He doesn't have a fucking prayer, but he's going to try. He said he's worried about World War III, and he wants to protect this country because he's a fucking superhero. And what he proposes in doing is building a dome over the entire country. Wasn't that a television show?
Man, you see the reactions going over here. And what's up, my shit with Miss Leonie?
Hey, beautiful. I totally didn't see.
I'm gonna show what Dean said. Cynthia,
we don't hang off Trump's word like an abused dog. We agree with most of his policies.
And guess what? I did too on certain things. What he said he was going to do. But I'm gonna tell you something. What people ain't paid attention to. I don't. You know, to me, I'm like what Richard King said. I look at the mayors and the governors. You know, the president is dealing with 350 million people. You can't please everybody at all at the same time. Now, the problem I was just having with president as far as now as his policies is that Somebody got some dogs fighting in the background. He signed the bill in 2017 that would increase taxes every 2 years, 21, 23, 25, and 27. Now you can look at that policy. So when he wrote it, it didn't really affect me until this year, January the 1st, 23. The federal's taking $900 a month out of my paycheck. I went from where they was taking $300 or $400 out a month to now they're taking $900 a month. And this isn't under President Joe Biden's administration. This was something signed, they said, in 2017. Now, they never tell you who the president was when it came in effect. It was 2017. I did the math. President Donald Trump was the president in 2016. And now I'm paying $900 a month in federal taxes. And they talking about it's going to increase again in 2025. I'm just being honest. And so somebody asked me, and so, and then, now we tend to agree to disagree. Wait a minute, I see my man is in the house. Let's go give a shout out. What's up with you, Big Hank?
Hey, what's going on, Roy? What's up, Cynthia? What's up, Leone? What's up, Junior?
What's good? What up? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Real quick.
I'm good, man. Where we at?
We just showed the video. We on that. If you keep moving or keep trying, you will achieve.
Oh yeah.
Now, I seen something that was real trip to me. That Dean said. Now he was talking about how they signed these taxes. I have to look
at that. I'm tax free, so it didn't apply to me.
You see what I'm saying? And we have a thing to agree to disagree. The president can't help us. He's not our savior. The people wanted the government. I heard Big Hank talk about this a couple ago, that God said, I'm the only thing you need. But if you want a king, we'll let you do that.
Yeah.
But you don't need him.
No.
So we're going to let you go on and do it.
Right.
So do you remember an actor named W.C. Fields? Anybody heard of him? He was way back in the days. Chickadee and all that, right?
Yeah.
And I like W.C. Fields.
Yeah.
Well, I found the reason to like him even more, man. When I show this is in 1939 in the scene from W.C. Fields. And this little young black guy, little young black boy, but I'm going to say, man, 1939, is speaking to everybody.
Come here,
Check
see.
this out.
Yeah?
I want to see.
Once I promised you a quarter if you'd learn something.
Yes?
Do you want to earn that quarter now?
Yes? Declaration of Independence in Congress, July 4th, 1776. Within the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which has connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth separate and equal stations, to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitles them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new governments, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transit causes, but accordingly all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpation, pursuing invariably these same objects, envisages a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and provide new guards for their future security. Do I get my quarter now?
You bet you do. There.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
I was telling.
Wow.
Yeah, that was real deep, man.
Yeah.
Hey, did you find out who that little black kid was?
No, but I couldn't get his name right, but they said that he did go to prison because he got stopped driving a terrorist. The backlight was out.
What? He went to prison for the backlight being out.
I'm tired of
I was gonna say.
Golly. Man, you was finna start a riot. You was finna start a riot right here on the show, man. We was finna go in.
I know. They said what?
Nigga, for a light, he in prison right now? What prison he in right now? I'm finna go get him out right now. I'm finna go get that nigga out. I'm finna go break him out.
Dr. Williams, we had said, me and Junior was saying, some people, if they ain't been through nothing, how they gonna teach me?
Right.
How to go through. I was talking about Dr. Williams. This man was not Mr. Holy before he got saved.
No,
he
sir.
Was on that pulpit and he was sharing about how he was back when he was messing with drugs and he'd drive home in his mind and say, you know what, go and get some more.
Go on, get you some more.
Yeah, go get some more.
He kept driving around in circles. Then when he get to the spot, he said, no, don't do it. Then he go back and say, go on, just go on, get you some more. That nigga was riding around in circles.
Yeah, you feel me? But he's so good today because he's teaching me.
Yes, sir.
Like that. And you right, Dean, because I didn't know everything that little dude was saying. I do know.
Hey, for real.
If this government fails me, we the people have the opportunity to start anew.
Yeah.
He said too much, Roy. Now, that was a little intelligent person. Now, when this thing, when I hear blacks talking about, well, I'm going back to Africa and all this stuff, I tell them, go ahead, because I'm staying right here. Because I'm a native. My family is native. We were considered Blackfoot. We didn't come. I tell people, you think slave ships brought 1 million blacks? It was probably the most of 10,000 blacks, really. If you look at the manifestos of sleep, they brought about 10,000 blacks. They want to say, hey, that's why you have people saying. So before we go in our main conversation, I'm going to show people why I don't listen to everybody. Because this woman right here, I'm not lying. I thought I seen the most. Check her out.
I'm really about to show y'all why we need to move out of America. Look at this. They're selling lion chops. They're taking exotic animals and cutting them up and putting them in our local grocery stores. Look, I'm in Safeway. They're putting lion meat in the fucking grocery stores. Lion meat.
I swear, I hope she's joking.
You know,
I really
was
do.
serious.
I've been trying to keep from using certain words, but that was straight fuckery. Like
It said lion chops. Bitch, lion chops.
Loin chops.
What she need to do, she need to go get her some classes. She need to go back to class. Shit, that's what she need to go back. Go back to school. Shit.
Lion is eyes after the L.
We're gonna get her some English classes. That's what she needs, some English classes.
She had one of the most popular stores, Big Hank, Safeway.
Now, disappointing.
Where y'all get these lion chops from? Where y'all get these lion chops from? Y'all went to Africa and chopped up all the lions and brought them back. That's what's wrong with y'all. That's why we going back to Africa,
Ignorance
y'all.
to the fullest. Yes, bro. You is not
Look,
lying.
we want people to understand that we don't listen to everything. If she got followers, they just as crazy as the people who voted Senator Marjorie Taylor Greene in. It's just as crazy. That lady can't see me nowhere. You actually think that people hunting down lions and cutting them up and serving them here? I'm moving out of America.
Yeah, they chopping up all the African lions.
Yeah. Look at this. She was serious.
That's the problem with the generation now. Like everybody now has a platform to say stupid shit like that. Yeah. And it's like, I'm done.
Hey, but you know what? And our phone listen to us, and they see where we come from. Look what Dean said.
Her mom is like, "There's no way you came from lions, from my lions,
from my lions." No way she came from my lions. Hey, Dean, they're running the family, man. They're running the family, Dean.
She's serious too. One of her first time, for real. You going instead of getting clarity, she should have went to the stores. They were like, "Ma'am, no, these are loin chops. There's not that much fat on there. You serving lion." Hey, whatever country she going to, you don't believe I'm going there. I don't
want to go. I don't want to. And whatever school she went to, don't send your kids there, please.
Don't send that.
Don't send your kids to her school that she went to. Damn.
Now, see, a person like that, they ain't trying to get better. That's someone who we say you're going to be stuck on stupidity. That's someone who wanted to say something. A foolish person wants to say something. So many times people got TikToks and they saying some real stuff. And like I'm telling you, Dr. Williams, I got to do a whole thing one day on Dr. Williams. I know a lot of people say, I say his name a lot because I give him reference, because I love when I learn from somebody who's been through just as worse as I did. And when I see him and I see Big Hank and all the fellas sitting up there on the pulpit, it makes me honored because they ain't saying nothing stupid.
You feel like there's hope.
There's hope. But if I had to follow under this lady,
stop, man.
It's a wrap. Turn that hope in. It got a chance.
That's our future leader.
No, no, not at all.
I'm gonna have to leave America.
You know what your parents said? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Right? That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. I mean, and
that had a picture. Yeah.
And when she got it, you done put the post out there already. You done put the post. Now, there's some people. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if anybody ever paid attention. If you can, there's a politician that be having me crying, laughing, and they can't stand them in Flint, Michigan. Eric Mays is the one who brought, it was a shame how that water situations was going on out there in Flint, Michigan. So Eric Mays plays off when people's trying to be all politically correct and everything. I gotta show you this cat.
I can't speak without having someone overtalk me, point of order, and also make mimicky things like that. I mean, is that an order, Mr. President? Just get on down.
What?
What is he doing?
And he's the president of the Flint, Michigan. What? And you got to go back and ever see the whole video. See what he's tired of. They have these meetings yearly, talking the same stuff, and nothing's never done. Los Angeles.
So what he was doing, the robot? Cause that
he was doing the robot, but you got to look at the video. What he said, I showed that part. The video that pulled up, but and they don't like him. They don't like him at all. And what he does is he throws it in their face because they're doing a lot of talking and nothing's done. Los Angeles, did you know that we have so many black commissioners and aldermen and nothing's done. And Latinos, nothing's done. So, you know, William Morrison, who we've had, Big Hank, he was running for mayor of Los Angeles. He's the auditor for the past 20 years for the city of Los Angeles. And he said these payrolls that we're paying these council folks and everything for nothing to get done. We supposed to hold them accountable for the changes of charters, where the original charters that I'm just talking about the state of California, we run under a charter of 1910 that states that police officers can stop, because what they would do is when you came into the town, they didn't want you to have guns back in the Western days. So the police, if you look suspicious, had the chance to stop you and stuff like that. Well, now we in the modern day, and those charters still hold. Found out who supposed to change the charters: city councilmen and mayors and aldermen. They supposed to rework it. We never get it. I'm speaking facts.
Politicians everywhere.
We want to hold President Donald Trump according when we got these same ones sitting up in here. Okay, I got you, Miss Joy. We want to hold everybody accountable except sometimes our own people who's in a position to make a change. We'll let them come into church and speak all highly and whoop the wham the whoop, sit up there crying about, oh, my babies died, you know, crying with somebody else's family because their kids got killed by the police when they had the chance to change it. Because I asked every single person in this world, on this panel and everything, have you ever been to traffic court and you seen a judge sentence a driver with suspended license or no insurance and stuff? Have you seen them sentenced to life imprisonment or death penalty?
No.
In traffic court?
Never.
And you haven't. But yet, we've had more traffic murders for basic traffic stops than the actual sentencing of those who actually committed murder. Now, who I call this out to? It's not just the police officers, because we just heard, me and Big Hank had the president, George Pardos, up in here. You was on here, Leone, and they get paid for when they kills. Am I correct?
So with that being said, though, what do you think would be part of the solution?
I done said it. I don't believe in defunding the police officers. I believe that they should. You cannot go on their streets unless you have at least an associate's arts degree in social studies and humanity, because it takes a lawyer 12 years to become a lawyer to know law. How you gonna give a dude a gun and a badge and tell within 6 to 8 weeks to tell them to uphold the law?
Okay, but that's cool from knowing on their end. But all we can do is what we actually are capable of doing on our part. So what can we do as citizens?
We hold our city councilmen,
because we know that what you're saying is right and it makes sense. But they ain't gonna take your word for it. They gonna do what they want to do.
Call your city councilman and alderman and ask them what you're doing. I can lay it out. We had a show, man. Big Hank had it. I looked up the research, because everything I do is research. I said, we're the city councilman. When we see the city councilman and the aldermen, we don't hold them accountable. We hold the police chief and all that. But I found out that's why we have the city council. They supposed to sit back and try to rewrite the charters. But soon as they get elected, we don't hold them accountable. How can we get better? We need to hold those accountable who we are around. The city councilmen and aldermen is closer to you than the president.
So for, you know how they make books for dummies, and it's like, this is such and such for dummies. Break this down for dummies. Tell them what would be the first step. Who do they call? Don't just say reach out to your alderman, because they don't know what that looks like. Who do you like? How do you reach out to them?
Look up on Google and say, go ahead, Leon. What you say?
This has been going on for years. I know. I hate being here when I'm at work.
Y'all gotta get Google Wi-Fi, Google Fiber. All the Wi-Fi. Y'all should have the best internet service.
What is that noise?
Now, see, what I'm saying is, we can't always hold the president accountable. It's just like I seen when the honorable, and I'm gonna call him honorable, when Mr. George Floyd got murdered. I seen all these people go to protest, but the same people walked past arrest that was happening right outside their door to go protest for a man they didn't know nothing about.
How about though we try to even cut down arrests? See, we can't get them nothing to do if we don't get them nothing to arrest. If we're not giving them reasons to pick up people, then you can't do nothing to people. So that's the part I feel like we can do more about. Because if we can't get ourselves in their hands, they can't do nothing to us. But we keep putting ourselves in a line of fire and then saying, well, I didn't do nothing. You put yourself in a line of fire. Like,
but you know what
can we do?
And there's something you just said, Cynthia. Do you know, I seen something, I think it was 2019, me and Big Hank was talking about mass shootings. And at the time when we did it, it was August 2019, it was already 259 mass shootings. So we even had the pictures of the mass shooters. Okay, Black folks supposed to be the most dangerous.
We know that's not accurate.
But we don't have no mass shooting.
You know that's not accurate.
Hey, check this out. That's why I had to show this. Check this out. No, this is quiet for a reason. If Black women are so angry and Black men are so dangerous, where are all the Black mass shooters at?
That's funny.
Yeah,
because first of all, y'all know there's no accuracy to that anyway. But it was just funny with their facial expressions because they was all over there like, I don't know.
See, and you know who brought it to my attention? Because sometimes I was listening to Big Hank and Junior's conversation. I was watching the video of Tuesday.
Okay.
And Big Hank had a grand analogy of with Junior moving from Brooklyn down to Florida. And Junior said, yeah, it was a trip when he heard somebody say, yeah, what you doing around here, boy? Right, that tickled the mess out of me. But Richie, Redneck Pimple used to always say, look, they have us thinking that the Blacks don't like rednecks and the rednecks don't like Blacks. But what I've seen is that it's Blacks, Browns, and poor whites that are the victims of these cruelties that happens to where, guess what? Dr. Dre said in the song, when you keep people in cages, what you expect them to act when you let them out? You put an animal in a cage, you open up that cage, that animal runs out
wild. But you know what? It's entitled people who do mass shootings. It's people who privileged who do mass shootings. It's not poor white.
Why you going to a school? What makes a person think that they can go into an elementary school? Ain't no Blacks thinking about that.
You don't even want to go in nobody's school. Once we out, we done. Ain't nobody going back.
They got me where I don't even like going to Walmart. I go through the one door to the electronics section. I come right back out quick. I pay my thing at the checkout line because I don't know who got a little bug up the tail and then we'll start shooting.
For real.
For real.
Oh, goodness.
It's a shame when them people went to go to the country concert in Vegas and that dude done made up a spot just sit up there shooting folks.
It's crazy.
No Black folks would have been there. I would have been out there with the white folks dancing like, we're going to get down on the drum,
Hey, that's my song right there. Hey, do the whole thing.
Yeah, I would have been jamming, drinking some Bud Light because they don't have no Stella. I've been kicking it. But no, I got to be careful. Like, is somebody up in that window? I seen the curtains move. People in school and stuff, and kids in school, and here's somebody, why you want to go attack the kids?
Right.
Yeah, that's
why I don't like Juniors. I don't like Juniors where his governor down there. I don't like that dude. He done signed to everybody wear a gun. but we can't even reach for a cell phone without getting shot.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Before we had cell phones.
No,
and you know what? I think in my opinion, why we've had such a big turnaround with these like mass shootings is because we cover it too much. Like whenever there's a mass shooting, we talk about it constantly on the news, and there's like people who don't have any they don't strive for nothing, so they want their 15 minutes of fame, and they're like, oh, well, these Columbine shooters got idolized. Let me go ahead and shoot up in school. And you go the path of least resistance, right? So you go to these elementary schools and you shoot up these little kids because you don't got to worry about these kids ganging up on you, or you don't ever see them shooting up college like that.
That's a serious point, Junior. It's like when that Bruce Lee movie, when the guy hit the board and Bruce Lee said boards don't hit back.
Mm-hmm.
They know the little kids ain't think about violence or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing but the demons. These are demons we fight with. We're not fighting against the white folks or the black folks. We're dealing with demons, evils unaware, evil in high places and all that. That's why you have to have a spiritual foundation, because you don't know where it's at.
Right.
Yeah, I see people scared of blacks. I've been around some blacks now. I've seen where a couple of guys got into it and somebody goes and trying to shoot. They ain't trying to shoot at everybody. They trying to shoot one dude, but they scared, so they shoot into the crowd to catch the one.
Wow. And bullets don't have eyes.
Bullets don't have eyes.
But I do have something to say about not only the mass shootings, but how the world and everything is going bad now. It's in the Bible, man. It's going like this. We in the end times. End times. And it's gonna be more, it's gonna get worse. We have all this weather is bad weather and all this stuff, man. All of these are things that haven't happened for 100, 200 years. You know what I mean? These are different phenomena that haven't happened. And that's what it says in the Bible. It says it's gonna get more, and they're gonna get more intense.
Yes.
And it wasn't just talking about earthquakes and none of that. Everything gonna get more and more intense. As people being bad, they're gonna get badder. People that's doing, they're gonna get worse, man. And so we in the end times, man. What we gotta do is pray, pray a lot, and keep yourself out of them situations, man. Don't be dumb, don't be stupid. Stay out of them situations.
Yeah, Cynthia had to step out. She left a message. She told me to let everybody know that she loves us all. Since she's not here to read, Dean said more people died due to gun violence and gun-free zones than at gun shows.
Yeah.
And I've been to the gun shows, and I'm like, wow, they made me want to buy all types of stuff. They were so nice, for real, you know. But the thing is that we have, my thing is this. Our subject was like, if you keep on moving, you get better. You keep on trying, we'll achieve. And what Big Hank just said, we know that it's going. If you believe in God, we know that it's going to get worse, because it says when man calls peace, sudden destruction. I found out some stuff. It was so deep. Did you know that the crack epidemic came out because of the war that we was having in South America? So the funding was to build off our backs, off of Ronald Reagan and our president, Joe Biden. But guess what? I said, I'm going to keep on moving, because you, me, Big Hank Jr. made it through the crack pandemic. It showed a side of us on some of our Black family members that the love of money is the root of all evil, because you'd rather step on your own brother and sister's neck for $1. I seen the dude go outside his mama's house selling rocks and was bringing that to Northern House. You didn't go over to them other neighborhoods. But guess what? We have to call it for where it is. We got through it. We start waking ourselves up like, hey, I seen some brothers bring some drama down on some brothers and getting this out of our neighborhood. And it wasn't nice, but it worked.
Just think if they would have. Just think if they would have had. Just think if fentanyl would have been out during the crack epidemic. There'd be a whole lot of dead people. You understand what I'm talking about? Man, a whole lot of
been killing them, and now it gets me when the fentanyl is killing more white people.
Yeah.
And I seen it on the billboards they were showing, and
it ain't our drug of choice. That's not our drug of choice.
Yeah, they spread on the weeds and stuff like that. That's why I don't just get mine, not from nobody off the streets. I don't.
Yes, sir.
You know.
But if you kill my son, I'm gonna kill you. I'm not gonna get on TV and cry and call for Reverend Sharpton. I'm gonna quietly sit back, bury my baby, and then I'm gonna figure out how to kill you and your wife, and kill you and your children. Every black parent that have lost the child to the bullets of the enemy in uniform who's supposed to be your protector, you should go kill those enemies. That's your duty as a human being. And if you can't protect your family, you're going to bring a baby in this world, raise them up to a man, child, or a woman, and then you're going to let somebody come and shoot them down like a dog in the street, not only go into court and get off and laugh in your face, but they pay them back pay. And you're just going to get on TV and cry. No, your obligation is to go to your grave to avenge your children. That's your...
we forgive people. But we don't know how some people act. If you have never been where your child's been murdered, like we've seen, you know, from the young boy down there in Florida visiting his dad, Oscar Grant in Fruittown, Castile, the young dude right now in Memphis. There's countless ones, but we tell them, those of us ain't been through it. What would Jesus do? Stay comfort. God got you. Ooh, that's something hard, because I to kill my children, and I know my personality of my kids, and I done talk to them about when the police stop you and stuff, don't give them no thing and stuff. But when I've seen videos where I see the black son crying, saying, what did I do? I am cooperating. You still beating them and stuff. Oh man, I want to say that I want to forgive. Go ahead, Miss Leon.
They put these videos out so you can stay bitter and angry. They want you to respond that way, so that's why they keep showing these videos. So as long as we keep the bitterness, we will never grow. We will never get beyond what's going on.
Well, Miss Leone, this is a family that they had lost someone in their family. The child got killed. Now, that was a video you said on that, but when we on the news and we seeing that someone's child done got murdered, and we're telling them, well, we shouldn't watch this TikTok video because it's going to build up animosity.
Yeah,
I know how much you love your kids.
Okay, let's take example for the young man that was killed, and his brother, his mother, his sister, they were all in court praying for that man that killed their brother. That's
an isolated thing, but you ever watched the movie Death Wish? You ever seen the movie Death Wish? When I was a kid, we watched movies like Death Wish. They went in there and killed Charles Bronson's wife and daughter. Guess what he did? He annihilated the gang who did it. I'm just saying.
That's a movie. That's a movie.
Movies, but it's based on something real. I'm just saying it.
And then what did that do? That made you angry? That made you want to go out and retaliate?
What make me do is this. It didn't make me angry. It made me say, because I've always thought like, okay. And the thing is, yes, I want to be known and forgive. But when you've gone through it, and this is just one of the scenarios. If we haven't been through it.
When I was kidnapped for 11 hours, being tortured by 5 black men, and I still love my black men today, that's because of grace. That's because of what God has done for me. And
but let me ask you a question. How did your father and your brother feel? Because you said you didn't see
my brother wanted to kill anybody that, and I've never even seen their faces, but
that's my point. Let me tell you something. Let them kill you. You love your daughter and your grandbabies.
Yes.
Now what if something happened to them, you want to keep the same moxie?
Yes.
No, I'm saying God forbid somehow. I'm not saying, but
I know
I'm just
you're not saying that. You're just saying if, this is why I try to pray over my family. But if it's God's will and if something happens, because I tell her, hey, don't go to over here and you still go. My covering is still there. But if something happens, I'm going to pray that I have enough strength to get through it. Because all the things that I've gone through and got through it.
So let me ask you a question.
So
do you think
that
these families, do you think that the members of these people that we have seen that got killed by the hands of police, that their families wasn't praying for them?
I don't know, because I don't know them personally. I'm sure if they have Christ in them, I'm sure they were. But they could have been.
See, God reigns on the just as well as the unjust. It's kind of hard to speak.
Pray for them later, because some people will say, "Let me get my hands on the gun and I'll pray for them later."
I mean,
I'll ask God to give me strength to kill him.
I mean, we grew up on cowboy movies. We grew up, you do this on us. We should look, being under grace from the word of God, Jesus died. That's been 2,000 years ago, but people still live under an eye for an eye.
Of course.
And so, and that's the subject we're going to pick up because we're getting out, but I want to get, we're going to get back on because I want to talk about these two senators. Tuesday, God's will, we make it. I want to talk about these two senators that got expelled from Congress. But I do want to give Big Hank a shout out to his Lakers.
Good.
Right.
And for a minute, I thought the Lakers was about to lose.
Right.
And LeBron James, not Anthony Davis, LeBron James and what's his
Schroeder.
Yeah.
Between him and LeBron, because I seen Anthony Davis tweaking, his face did like this, like ooh, and I said, "Oh boy!" Big Hank said, "Anthony, street clothes, don't make my free throws, Davis."
Yes, sir.
He was out of the rest of the thing, and I'm saying to myself, LeBron is trying to carry a team. It makes me think he'll hurt himself trying to press as much as he can at that age.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't even handle. He couldn't even jump no more at the end of the. Did you see that? He tried to do a little layup. He didn't even jump. He couldn't even dunk it. He was tired. And I'm like, Anthony Davis, you're a lot younger than LeBron. I had to give it to LeBron. I wasn't giving it to Anthony Davis because I was really.
Well, that's good, man. Thank you for giving us our props, man. We appreciate it that you thought we was gonna lose, but we didn't.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
I'm just saying. I'm glad it was you thinking that because we didn't think that.
I'm gonna let we didn't think that. They know they cannot give me no sympathy. For years, I have been talked about so bad being a Clippers fan. They didn't show me no love, Junior. Do you hear me?
You're gonna get it again, and you're gonna get it again this year if y'all mess around and mess around. So I'm gonna be on here talking, boy, look here, mess around and see what happens. I'm gonna be talking so much, slippers. I'm gonna be calling them the slippers and all that. Yeah. I can't wait.
But I'm gonna tell you what I did hope for.
Yes,
I'm gonna let the world know. I'm hoping that the Lakers versus
the Clippers for the Western Conference Championship. Yes, sir. Man, that's what I'm hoping for too.
For real. I would put a split shirt.
I don't know if I can pray that or not because I thought they were playing Dallas. No, I'm kidding.
Dallas didn't even make it.
Cut it out, man.
Now, I don't want Junior to feel isolated because he's a Brooklyn Nets fan. And I'm gonna tell you something. Brooklyn Nets have made Kyrie Irving look like, dude, you look just as bad. You look kind of bad. You look kind of bad. And I'm gonna just be honest. I've been trying to support Kyrie Irving, but I'm starting to question his decision making. I really am.
Listen, Kyrie Irving left the team. The team he left made it to the playoffs, and the team he went to didn't make it to the playoffs. Ain't that something?
And they was in the playoff contention until he got to the team.
Until he got on the team.
I think something's wrong with his mojo.
Yeah, bad luck. He like bad luck slap rock.
That's
He
what
like
I'm
that.
saying.
He like a bad luck slap rock.
They roll.
That
He comes in and the Raptors break.
Everywhere he go, yep, everywhere.
For real. They've been making the playoffs, and all of a sudden
Every year.
it's supposed to be, man, I'm starting to be real.
For real. You right. There's something wrong with something wrong with his get down, man. He got to
because for one, he should have spoke about all those brothers who came to support him at the Brooklyn MetLife Center, wherever it was. Remember, them thousands of Israelites walked around supporting him, and he didn't say nothing to him. Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics did, but not Kyrie Irving. So I just think that's his mojo.
Yeah.
And now you sit down and you can do your Native American chants and everything like that, because whatever you've been doing lately has not been working for you, sir. I'm hoping that Kevin Durant is healthy, because somebody said that Kevin Durant twisted his ankle by just standing still.
Hey, that's what happened.
They're not wrong.
On the warm up, you twist your ankle in warm ups. Come on, man, that's crazy.
I used to love
somebody
Kevin
told me
Durant.
that. I said, "What?"
I used to love Kevin Durant, and I'm over it.
I thought he had on some high heel tennis shoes or something. That way, that nigga twisted his ankle.
Yeah, he was just standing still, and all of a sudden I heard him go, "Ow!" And I'm like, "What did he do?"
What did he do? He slipped on the stiletto? Did a stiletto break or something? I'm like, what happened?
I cannot see how they can measure themselves up to Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan, they played every game without it being a shortened season. They had a season where they were 72-10.
Yeah. And that's when you could get hit in basketball. They used to hit in basketball back then.
Yeah. Rick Mahorn, they're gonna hit. You gonna come in here every time you went up to.
Yeah, they used to knock niggas out the air. They used to knock niggas out the air back then.
The bad boy Detroit Pistons, you go for a layup, you knew you had.
You gonna get knocked out the air. You gonna get knocked out the air, man. Trying to come up in there with that high flying. You don't get your butt down on the ground somewhere.
All right, fellas, my client is here, so I got to go to work.
Okay.
Love you, Leon. Love you, Leon.
Talk to you later. Hey, we got the fellas in right now. We're going on a little bit more on these sports. I personally hope that out of California, though, we do have 4 teams, and that's remarkable.
That's crazy.
We have 4 teams in the playoffs.
That
Golden
is crazy.
State, Sacramento, Clippers, and the Lakers.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised about Sacramento, to be honest.
Man, well, they took a winning coach, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown got 2 brothers over there playing.
Hey, I tell anybody, read the interview of the owner. Now, the owner of Sacramento, Kwame, when I just said about Kwame with Kyrie Irving, Big Hank, the owner, I read his interview. There was a young black dude who got killed by the police. He got into the socialness of it. The owners of the Sacramento Kings, he talked about how he talked to De'Aaron Fox. He spent time with Mike Brown to really get to know him. He said, man, they became like, hey, of what they want to do for the city of Sacramento. But I've looked around the other states. There's no other state. They got 4 NBA teams in the playoffs.
No. There ain't no other state that got 4 NBA teams, first of all.
Texas got 3 teams. I think they got San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston.
Dallas and Houston.
Yeah.
They got 3 teams. Yeah. And I don't think none of them, man. You know how big Texas is.
Well, New York has 2 teams, and we got them both in. So,
see, now that's a good thing. In New York, the state of New York got 2 teams in, but we have 4 teams in. There's 6 teams out of 2 states. You know, and I'm proud. Now, if my Clippers don't make it, I'm gonna still represent the West Coast. That you can believe that.
Yes, sir.
And so some people, we look at our sports and we take the sports as what it is. It's friendly banter. Me and Big Hank go back and forth about the Lakers and the Clippers, but it's always friendly banter.
Oh, yeah.
If we're watching the games And so it used to be when I was watching the Clippers and the Lakers games with the other homies, and they all Lakers fans, Lakers whooping the tail. Now I be sitting up there like, yeah, and everybody kind of quiet, looking at me like, oh, I can't stand them right now, right? But I like it. And this is one thing I noticed that we all can agree upon. It don't have to deal with race. It don't have to deal with economics or sexuality. I'm a sports fan. Big Hank's a sports fan. Big Hank is Junior. If you don't know, if you get the chance, Big Hank was the #1 history making at USC. He was the #1 receiver.
Yes, sir.
You will see his name. We was looking you up the other day, Big Hank. I ain't gonna tell you. They told me not to share something with you. Some developments that's happening in Kansas. 3030 and them is working with MoCan, which is rated #1 in the world. There's some stuff that they asked me about you, and so they looked it up, and it's like, man, this dude is historic. That's what they said.
Yeah.
And they asked me, "You think he would be?" I said, "Man, if anything with football and you give him his respect of what he do, yes, he can take." But I'm gonna let them talk to you about it. They was drilling me though about looking up books and stuff like that. And this man was in the history book, and what's a trip? He was there all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Your name is in every 4 seasons.
Yeah. I led the team in receiving 4 years straight. Yes, sir.
That's what they said. They showed that. I said, wow. I didn't pay attention to this. I knew he was the top one.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, we ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer.
Yeah.
One of the things what we want to do was, I know it seemed like we go on all the different subjects, but when you see the stuff that we have to face, and like Big Hank said, it's getting worse and worse out there. But we don't give up our mentality of forgiving you and showing you love.
That's right.
If you don't reciprocate it back to me, I just distance myself.
That's right.
Jesus told his disciples, if they don't want to take your words, knock the dust off your feet and keep it moving.
Keep it pushing. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so, Junior, man, you might as well make this a stable with you and stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say, thank you guys for having me on. And it's been enriching to hear not only the sports talk, but have a platform to really talk about what the hell is going on in this world.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't want to talk about it. It's a sensitive topic. And I like that you guys don't hold any punches and talk about what needs to be talked about. So thank you for that. And I'll be here next week.
Man. We're gonna have a couple. Now you're gonna have to wait 6 or 8 weeks before we can get Big Steve to put you on the title song.
Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Big Hank said Joey Junior. No, but I'm just saying you're welcome to kick it with, because I loved our camaraderie. And
yes, sir.
Do you feel you have something to say? Please say it.
Like I told you earlier, if I need to say something, I'll say it.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the last 2 times I've been in the show, whenever I have something to say, I'll speak up. Yeah. Besides that, I rather listen because I can learn from you guys. So that's something that's lost in our generations, like listening to our elders and like dropping some knowledge, right? I didn't have a big brother. I was the big brother of my family. So I didn't have anybody to drop knowledge on me when I was growing up. And I'm grateful now that I'm able to register that and like take that into my heart and my brain and realize like, oh, well, you can understand what they're saying now. So
yes, sir.
You
got a big brother now, man. So you got one.
Yeah,
and
I got 2.
Like cliche.
Yeah, you got 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like saying cliches, but there's that cartoon movie, Toy Story. You got a friend in me.
Yeah.
See, one of the things before we about to get off here real soon, quick second. God said, if you're ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of you. Me and Big Hank makes it an effort to show that we are not ashamed of God and through his salvation on the World Wide Web. And if we can reach 1 or 2, but I notice everybody who comes on our thing, Big Hank, if he knows, they be getting blessed.
Yes, sir.
They get blessed. And when you can find that you're not by yourself, I thank God for Dean Cerny. He's always coming in. He always had me laughing, right?
Yeah.
I thank the God for the ladies. They still doing mother's stuff and the woman stuff and everything, keeping themselves up. Them two ladies are working together, Cynthia and Leonie. They working together. And and so, Junior, I want God to bless you and your family. That's from my heart. I want God to bless Big Hank and his family from my heart. I always ask to bless the family.
God bless you too, bro. God bless you too, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm grateful for us, in this world.
Yes.
Anybody never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I'm outie, man. God bless y'all.
God bless y'all, man. Peace out. Next week.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony and Friends Show. Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody out there?
Is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on